What is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Garcella, and welcome to episode 4 of Nick Knows Sports. Now, it's been a couple weeks we've been waiting. 2 weeks, actually. I've missed 2 episodes of this thing, and I apologize for that in advance. But we are back. We've missed some sports that have been in the past. We've missed some big sports updates that we've missed in the past, like the Champions League. I'm sorry. I'm not going to talk about that today. Those are in the past. We talk about present events that have happened today or are going to happen. So, we're going to talk about those 4 main categories right now. We have the NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs, the sadly passing of one of the greatest hockey players of all time, which is Gordie Howe, also known as Mr. Hockey. And then we also have the sad passing of Muhammad Ali. I know I said right now that I will not be doing past events, but Muhammad Ali was a very big person in boxing, so I feel like I do need to address him. So let's get right into it. We've waited a long time for this talk, but it's about we've finally made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. The Stanley Cup Finals. We had San Jose versus St. Louis Blues in the division for the conference finals of the Western Conference Finals. And then after the Western Conference Finals, we had San Jose win the Western Conference Finals, which was at Game 6. So they took Game 6 and they went to the finals. Then we had Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay Lightning, and Pittsburgh taking the win. They went to go for San Jose, so Pittsburgh right now is doing a great job. They have a 3-2 lead. I'm going to watch this game tonight because I am so excited for this game tonight. So, yes, as I just said, the game is tonight. We have the 6th game of the series. Pittsburgh leads it 3-2 going into San Jose, and that's going to be on today, Sunday, June 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Check it out. It's going to be on CBC. Our next topic of the day is the same thing we've been talking about for the last couple weeks of this videos, of course. We have the NBA playoffs. The 2 teams. We have the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. These 2 teams are very big against each other. They played last year. Cleveland's been in the finals for 2 years straight, and now they're back again. Sadly, they've lost twice, but they're coming back. They're making it heavy. They are losing 3-1 in the series, but they're doing a great job. They're doing much better than they did, I think, in the past few years when they played. So that game is tomorrow, Monday, June 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Check it out. It's going to be on TSN, and I believe it will be on ABC in America. So this topic, it made me a little sad inside. I love to watch this particular player that I just talked about in the beginning. He's very good with his hands. Had his own hat trick named after him. He was just such an amazing player to watch. This man named Gordie Howe, he passed away on June 10th, 2016. And so many people had so much love for this player. Some people probably got teary-eyed when they heard about his passing. But yes, he was a very good player. And we have a little tribute, a little video clip, a little tribute to Gordie Howe. So we will show that to you right now.
Gordie Howe is the greatest of them all. The greatest of them all, yes, the greatest of them all. You can have your choice of all the rest. If you're a Howe fan, you've got the very best.
We don't need music to remind us of how good he was. He was called Mr. Hockey for a reason. In a career that spanned decades, Gordie Howe broke nearly every record in the book. Seasons played, points, assists, goals.
Here's Gordie Howe going into the goal!
Gordie Howe was born in 1928 in Floral, Saskatchewan. He and 8 brothers and sisters lived through the Depression. His father, Albert, taught him not to take dirt from anyone, because if you do, they'll just keep giving it to you. And were it not for the kindness of his mother, Catherine, he might never have played the game. In a CBC documentary, his brother Victor explained how opportunity came knocking.
My mother went to answer the door, and there was a woman standing there with a bag. She was real destitute. She had no money. She couldn't get any food, and she wanted to sell the bag. So the mother felt real sorry for her, so she went around the house. She found about $3 and some food stamps and exchanged that for the bag of goodies. Well, after the woman left, she opened the bag and dumped the contents on the floor, and out fell a pair of old hockey skates.
Gordie Howe was built for hockey, 6 feet, 204 pounds. With elbows aimed like lasers, he could shoot from either side. In 1946, the Prairie Kid signed with the Detroit Red Wings. His bonus was a team jacket. Number 9 would lead Detroit to 4 Stanley Cups. In 1963, he broke one of hockey's seemingly unbreakable records, Maurice Richard's 544 goals.
Thank heavens Rocket Richard had set a goal for somebody to break.
By the end of his storied career, Howe had scored 1,071 goals with the NHL and the WHA. Only Wayne Gretzky has surpassed that total.
Well, I always say, show me a record that can be eaten, and then I'll be real mad if somebody takes it away from me.
Howe tried to retire in 1971, but was drawn back to the game, signing with the Houston Aeros and a chance to play with his 2 sons, Mark and Marty.
The fun of the game came back, and Colleen knew it. As soon as we were negotiating for Marty and Mark, threw in a little barb, how you like to have a third Howe. And she looked at me, she knew I was serious. I was just smiling like a Cheshire cat. I was ready out there.
His wife, Colleen, orchestrated that contract. She was the boss, making every decision off the ice.
There were a lot of physical aspects that I knew Gordie was going to be concerned with. Was he really going to be able to get back into shape? Because he doesn't want to be second best. He wants to be number 1.
Howe lived by his own personal hat trick. His family, his team, the game. In 1980, he announced his retirement, and even at the age of 52, he sounded ready for another season.
Now it's a happy part. I still think I'm damn well good enough to play.
He would play one more game with the IHL team in Detroit.
What part of retirement don't you understand?
Retirement.
In 1997, at the age of 70, he skated a single shift, making him the only player whose career touched 6 decades. Now, his skates, jerseys, sticks, they all stand in the Hall of Fame.
There he is!
Off the ice, there were numerous accolades: the Order of Canada, an honorary degree from the University of Saskatchewan. Mr. Hockey became Dr. Hockey. A few years ago, Gordie Howe had a suggestion for his eulogy. I hope, he said, they have a good hockey team in heaven.
So yes, one of the greatest hockey players of all time was never too old to play for some reason, but Mr. Hockey will never be forgotten for his most greatest achievements. So we move on to our last topic, which sadly is also a passing away. I know, it's like, oh no, why are all these amazing people passing away? It's not cool, it's not fun to watch. It's just really sad to watch these amazing people that accounted for our world to arise to heaven. But our last topic of the day is Muhammad Ali. He did pass away. He passed away on June 3rd. I did take a long time to say this, but I thought he was an amazing fighter. He is an amazing fighter. He's so brave, so wise inside, and he never stood down. Like, when someone talked about his race, he always stood up for himself. He always stood up for his race, and that's what really made him talented on the inside. He had one of his most greatest quotes of all time, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. One of the most greatest quotes of all time, and nobody's ever forgotten that quote, and that's what really got him into boxing, and that's what a lot of people started watching him box, because that quote was just so meaningful on the inside. It really took people to the heart. So he passed away on June 3rd, 2016, at the age of 74 in Scottsdale, Arizona. Muhammad, you will be missed. Alright, that is all I have to say for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Nick Knows Sports episode 4. Subscribe, leave a like, just leave a thumbs up if you wish. And as always, have a great day.